Base. Back to Folk. Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions.
Welcome to the Nostalgia Sports Teams House. That's right. House. I am Johnny, and I'm joined by two of the GOATs of podcasting, two of the greatest of all times. And that, of course, is Will and Andrew. Fellas, Andrew especially, because this is your part of the show. What are we talking about today on the Nostalgia Funhouse?
We're talking about sports teams that meant a lot to us. And we're talking about not just saying, hey, I like the Houston Oilers. No, I like this team.
How'd you know?
I was thinking of like
Who told you?
I was thinking of a defunct team that I could say.
Who do you think you are? I am.
I was thinking of a defunct team.
I think Andrew's
no
a witch. He's a witch. She read my mind. The witch, I say.
That was
Burn
last
him at
month.
the stake.
That was last month.
I got my shovel here so I can dig through those ditches, and then I'm going to burn through those Andrews.
But yes, sports teams, certain years that teams have really meant a lot to us, and we're only going 2000 and anywhere up to 2005. So
yeah.
If you're a 2006 team, you're not allowed on your.
Oh shit!
Get out
hey,
here.
wait a minute.
I said 20 years, buddy.
He did.
I'm literally it's 2006. Come on, I'm younger than you guys. I can't remember back as far.
Yeah,
Let him have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the research on the 2005 team because that's all I would do.
He needs this. My list is so boring because I'm about one sport chump here, so I had to make mine as interesting as I could. But I think I did it because there's only three sports for Johnny Townsend. That's basketball, that's pro wrestling, and that's mid-90s NASCAR.
Oh man, I should have put like the 1998 WWF Attitude Era team. I gotta wrote all those names down. That's a team, right? Oh wait, does Degeneration X circa 1997 not count? Can't put them on here?
No, and if you put them on there, I can tell you what you can do. It's two words.
Oh, exactamundo.
Ooh.
Forget it.
Yes. Son of a nuts.
I actually have no NFL team.
What would you guys do if I just had wrestling stables?
That would be kind of.
That would be pretty funny.
It would be funny.
I feel like, hey, we're probably that's probably a different episode, buddy.
Yeah. Agreed. No wrestling stables.
That's right.
He would put the Four Horsemen with Paul Roma on there.
No horsemen for me. They've all been
horsemen?
Terrible. No horsemen.
No,
all terrible. All of them terrible. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's insane talk.
The horsemen were like
because there's never been a horseman unit where every single guy was awesome. There's always been one weak link.
Well, that's like every stable has that.
True. Yeah, you got to have that guy.
I can't tell you.
Yeah,
that's true. One stable where like one guy didn't suck.
Like
you got one guy to take the pins.
Yeah. Like the gangsters had D'Lo Brown. Mustafa Ali wasn't gonna get his ass kicked. New Jack wasn't gonna get his ass kicked. No, you got to have D'Lo in there.
And New Jack was kicking the ass of 19.
Did you say Mustafa Ali? Like
yeah,
he was like 20 years later, man.
No,
He's
not
still
Mustafa.
Wrestling.
No, not Mustafa Ali. What the hell was his name?
He's gonna look it up.
I know he is.
He's looking up. This has nothing to do with our sports teams.
Yeah, how many sports teams are we doing? We're doing 5 teams. So we get
Five.
Doing
really
five
distracted
teams.
here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, I don't know about you guys. I made a set of rules for myself where I couldn't pick the same franchise twice.
I did the same.
Mus-
Yeah.
So,
Mustafa Saeed. Yeah, I
oh,
did
see
not
it.
pick
Yeah,
the same team twice.
Saeed. There you go.
Saeed. There you go.
I did the same, Will. I didn't want to pick because if
Yeah, it would have been nothing but Charlotte Hornets for you.
yeah, it really would have been, honestly.
Yeah.
That's no lie. So I didn't want to do that to y'all.
This is probably the easiest
So.
list I ever made.
I do a little thinking.
I do.
Thinking.
I made
Thinking.
I made one change
Oh, you did?
because there's like no NFL teams, and I switched out the 2 NFL teams I probably would have put on here.
No.
Only out of my 5 teams, only one of them won the big one.
Yeah, I have to say
Again,
it was very depressing making
3.
this list because out of all of my 5 teams, none of them won a title. Not only did none of them win a title, but none of the franchises that I have picked have ever won a world championship in their given sport.
nice.
A
Only-
bunch of
only one of mine.
losers.
Only one of mine has.
Just a joke.
I got all of mine have won a championship at some point,
Bandwagon.
except for one.
You're going to take that bandwagon out west? Find some
Yeah.
gold?
No,
Yeah.
man.
Go prospecting?
I'm a
That's
Dolphins.
right.
I'm a Dolphins
Yeah,
fan. There's
buddy.
no bandwagon here.
Oh,
That's
in the
true.
70s there was. Bob Greasy. He
Oh,
rolled
man.
around with a bunch of greasers. They made a
That's
movie
how
about
he
it.
likes his pizza, like his last name.
Got John Travolta his start, see.
He made me feel good to wear glasses. I'm not gonna lie, Bob Greasy.
There you go. There you go. Urkel would do that for me.
Bob Greasy's cooler.
Then Urkel, Steve
Yeah.
Urkel, Stephen
Yeah.
Q.
Did
Urkel.
Urkel ever throw 5 touchdown passes in a game?
He didn't need to.
He did when he went in that machine,
And win
he came out
back-to-back
like
Super
Dan
Bowls?
Marino. And yeah, he
Bob-
did it then.
Bob Greasy. Bob Greasy all day.
No.
Remember
no,
that
no.
episode where
No.
Urkel went into his machine and he mixed with Joe Montana's DNA?
No, we're gonna
because
take a
I
vote
probably-
right now. 3 of us, we can decide
Called him
this.
Even Steven.
I probably would never. I was
Urkel
probably
wins.
out by that point. Would have
They
became
made a
the
show that was
Carl
a
and
spin-off with Shia LaBeouf after the fact on Disney Channel.
Yeah, they're looking for a bunch of holes.
Yeah.
I did enjoy Even Stevens, but
It's a good show.
I did too. Yeah.
who wants to? Who wants?
I'm going
to
to kick
start?
us off. I'm gonna
Okay,
There
youngest.
you go.
Youngest
take
needs
this,
to go first.
this chip off the old block. So my number 5 is the 1997 through 1998 Utah Jazz. Mormons be proud. This was their second straight finals appearance against the Bulls.
Yeah.
They
very
lost
good team.
both of these series 4-2. But the regular season they were tied with the Bulls for the best record in the league of 62-20. First round of the playoffs, they beat the Rockets. Second round, they beat the Spurs. Third round, they swept the Lakers, and then they lost to the Bulls. I vividly remember being thrilled as a kid because I loved Karl Malone and John Stockton, but I was really becoming like a huge Jeff Hornacek fan, like
Who
in this
said
era. That I do. Caucasian guy from Buffalo, baby.
I'm going to shock you. I really loved Byron Russell.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's a name.
I remember going to it was like I don't even know what kind of store it was. It was like a discount store where everything was in those metal bins, those like metal checkered bins on wheels. And they
Yeah.
have like the sign on them. It's like, hey, everything in this bin is this price.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it made no sense of what they had. But like, I remember going there and they had winter gloves. And my dad's like, oh, pick out a pair of winter gloves. So I'm like digging through. And they had a pair of Utah Jazz gloves. And I was just thrilled, over the moon to find them. Coach of Jerry Sloan. So yeah.
Sloan was the man.
Always Jerry
yeah.
Sloan.
Jerry Sloan. But yeah, like the Jazz were great in this era. Never really noticed it until after the fact that I can't stand the fact that they're the Jazz and they're in Utah, especially now that there's a team in New Orleans again. Like
Yeah.
I can't stand it when a team relocates and their name no longer has anything to do with the area in which they're relocated to.
LA.
Yeah, Lakers. Like obviously in Minnesota, the land of a thousand lakes. Now they're in LA. There's no lakes in LA, but like there's nothing jazzy about Utah. But what would you even name them? What would you two like general question? What do you think they should name the Utah Jazz to? They're
What
not gonna.
Mor- the Mormons, yeah.
No, you can't do
they
anything
just
religious.
named the hockey team. What is the hockey team? The Mammoths?
What about the Utah polygamists? You think that would get over?
Nah, I don't think so.
No, not
No,
there.
just a
No,
guy smiling with all these wives.
Adams. Well, maybe it might fly by. Adam Silver's got a lot of other problems going on.
But
no, that's
yeah,
very true.
that's my number five. That this was like the team that really kind of pulled me. Like I always liked basketball. The first team that kind of like piqued my interest was the Hornets with Muggsy Bogues and
That's what I'm
Larry
talking
Johnson.
about. Might
And
show
then
up later.
but this team was the team that really made me like actually watch basketball games on a consistent basis for about like 10 years. And
Masters of the
then
pick and roll.
yeah, and then once all the players from the 90s were phasing out, I was done. I was like Andrew, I was just done.
He's a big Greg
Pick and roll. Pick and roll, one of the
Greg,
greatest
Greg
plays in basketball history.
No.
Ostertag fan there too, I'm guessing.
Oh, I like old good old Oster tag. Yeah,
Oh,
big
yes, yes, yes.
big man in the middle. Yeah,
Great
Mark
team though.
Eaton. Remember Mark Eaton?
Yep. Were you a good
Yeah.
Howard Isley guy too?
Oh,
Not really, but good team though.
yeah.
Very fun to watch. You guys, I really feel like they would have won a title if the Bulls weren't around. The Bulls just
Well,
That's
that's a couple of
denied
teams.
that's a
so
lot
many
of teams.
teams.
I have a
Yeah.
team on my list that
We'll talk about Charles Barkley going to Phoenix, who should have won and did
Oh
not.
yeah. Yeah.
A couple of teams that are like that. Yeah. All right, who's going next?
you could go, Johnny.
All right, this was very tough for me. Again, all mine are going to be basketball teams, but I tried to make it interesting. None of these are from the same franchise like Will did, but also I try to think outside the box a little bit. I wanted to make mine fun and not just a boring thing because it's going to be the same sport. So my first team I'm going to talk about is the 1997 Fernfield Timberwolves because this is when I learned, guys, that there's no rules in the rule book that says a dog can't play basketball.
Did you pick an Airbud team?
I think he did. He picked a fictional team. Did you pick the Mighty Ducks too?
Mighty Ducks not on here, but the Fairfield Timberwolves are.
I would have known that. I would have picked
Nerd.
that team. What were they? What the heck were they named? Something rednecks from Varsity Blues, whatever the Varsity Blues team is. Billy
Oh,
Bob, he was my boy.
Really? I really want to encourage everybody to watch this episode on YouTube just to see Andrew's reaction.
Or non-reaction.
To the
Hey, Andrews.
Fairfield Timberwolves.
I'm like, who is that? Like some minor league baseball team or something?
Well, they're definitely when there's minors playing, bunch of children and a dog.
Well, you did not disappoint by saying you
Yeah.
wanted to make it interesting. So who else was on this team? I have never seen the movie Air Bud, nor will I ever watch it.
Yeah.
You've never seen Airbud? Oh,
Nobody,
you will be watching this
nobody
soon, buddy.
wants to care about Airbud.
I don't like dogs.
You were going to be watching Airbud.
What year did
soon.
Airbud come out? Like
It's
nine-
What,
the-
ni-
it was in the
97, right?
97?
97
Yeah,
because it's when it's
in 97, I'm not watching Airbud.
Well, guess what? In 2026, you will be when it's my turn to pick a movie.
Son of a bitch.
I'd rather stab my head with an ice pick.
I can't wait to talk about that. And we can bring up the 1997 Fernfield Timberwolves once again. One
Did they
of
win
the
the
greatest
championship?
teams in history. They won the game. They won that game thanks to.
What
It has
game?
one of my favorite lines. One of my favorite lines in all movies. When the coach goes, "They found our one weakness," and the kids go, "What's that, coach?" And he goes, "Basketball."
I don't think I've.
It's a great movie. Highly recommend, and a fantastic team that added a golden retriever. That's right, to their team and kicked some serious tail. They won the game thanks to that golden retriever and his head boy, who technically stole him from his owner. But we won't talk about that.
Do you guys remember the offshoot MVP, most valuable primate?
Yes. With good old Joey from Friends in there.
Yeah.
Then there was
Yeah.
another one too. There was the hockey playing.
No, that I think the primate was hockey.
Was it? Because then there was
Yeah.
a baseball one too with Joey from Friends, and the chimp played
Oh,
third
I
base.
don't know. I don't remember that one.
Those are not near as good as a golden retriever playing basketball. I mean, he's
I
a dog
think
who played
they're all on
basketball.
the same level.
I think that's the most ridiculous thing you've ever said in the history of saying ridiculous things.
Well,
That's
just
astonishing.
okay. Moving on.
Now, there's a sequel in the works. They're going to This is true. There's going to be another.
Why?
Didn't they already make 2 or 3 of them?
They made
No.
90 of them.
There's like 90 of them.
Golden Receiver, and then they came out with Air Buddies.
He played every sport, and then his children played sports and saved Christmas. It's been a
Halloween.
It's been a crazy
Yes.
And Halloween.
Oh, and
I
Halloween.
remember
They save all the holidays.
My kids watched the Halloween one. That's the only reason why I know that, and it was horrible. And once again, I wanted to put an ice pick in my ear.
But the first Airbud rules. I stand by that. And we're going to find out next year on this podcast.
Is that I have like a disdain for the movies that I feel are just come in on the rollout TV cart.
Which is ridiculous. That's your favorite part of going to school.
Yeah, but play me something good. Just because
good God,
little kid in the corner can't watch a rated R movie. I mean, come on. I don't know. I don't know. Like
some ridiculousness
going on over there. Being able to watch a movie is way off from. I noticed a lot of more people that I meet where.
Also, I'm not going to ever disparage you guys' team. So if you did disparage my team here,
we didn't disparage your team. We disparaged the movie more or less.
That's a part of my team.
Disparage the movie.
Part of my team's identity is this movie.
Well, I'd say it's the only team's identity.
Yeah. Well, this team identity has more of a rough and tough exterior. Number 5 for me, the 93-94 New York Knickerbockers.
Well, I hope they would. I mean, it's a golden retriever. It's like the friendliest of all dogs.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure Charles Oakley at one point probably kicked a dog. So
several, probably.
Yeah. That's why we shouldn't like him.
Him and Anthony Mason.
Oh, I will never disparage the name of Anthony Mason. Also a Charlotte Hornet at one point.
But yes, I'm a Celtics fan, but the Celtics sucked at this point. And as a kid growing up, watching some lots and lots of Sports Center. The Knicks, and then they also dethroned the Bulls, even though they were Jordanless. They dethroned the Bulls, but that is the team. I could have put the Magic, but I don't know what it is about this team. I think it's just
you like the story of John Starks.
Yeah, kind of like
the John Starks story. Yeah,
John Starks running down, throwing threes. He
worked at a grocery store. He worked at a grocery store, and then he played basketball.
Oh, I've heard that story too many times. I'm done with those stories. Done with the Kurt Warner. That's like in everything in sports.
Yeah, you gotta have a special interest story.
I can't do it anymore. I'm done with special interest stories.
But if they're of interest, and they're special.
I think I've had a copy of that Kurt Warner movie on my shelf for like 2 years, and I've yet to open it and watch it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. Favorite player from this team?
Like Bob Costas? Costas has a lot of this.
Favorite player on this team is the only probably point guard I probably ever really, really liked other than Allen Iverson. It's good old Derek Harper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Give me some good Derek Harper defense.
There you go. That's a good one. That's a good name drop.
Yep.
This was before Allen Houston got there, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is before
Allen Houston was later 90s. Yeah.
Allen Houston, Chris Childs. That's when they were trying to re-up after this team. That's when they went out and got Larry Johnson, Chris Childs, and then Isaiah.
They had Marcus Camby at one point.
Yeah, that was a gritty team. That 99 one that went to the finals. That had no business being in the finals. Latrell Sprewell after he choked out his coach.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's when Larry Johnson hit that 4-pointer, like one of the greatest 4-point plays in the NBA playoff history. Remember that. And also one of the greatest fights ever with the Knicks and the Heat.
I don't think it was that one, was it? Was it that year?
Knicks in the Heat because it was Larry
Or
Johnson and Lonzo
99. Oh
Mourning.
yeah, 99. Yeah. I thought you meant the
And
other
it's a
one.
great, and you go back and watch it, you'll see a certain known coach just trying his best.
I know.
Poor Jeff Van Gundy trying to stop his fight.
I think that Knicks is the only team that Pat Riley coached that didn't win a championship.
It might have been. They were very good though. Patrick Ewing uh, was one of my favorites. I really liked him, like one of my favorite centers. Like I thought he was really good and just never got the love he deserved.
Good old Georgetown guy.
Oh yeah.
Who you got, Will? The Bad News
Well,
Bears, coached by
no,
Buttermaker.
no. Walter Matthau's a real prick. 1992 for my number four, the 1992 Houston Oilers. Um,
Can I sing the
loved.
song?
Yeah, go ahead.
You never heard the Houston Oilers fight song?
No, I
It's
don't
the
remember it.
exact same fight song as the Miami Dolphins. It's
Is it really?
Yeah, Houston has the Oilers, the greatest football team. They take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. They're on the ground, they're in the air, they're always in control. And when you say Houston, you're talking Super Bowl because they're the
Well,
Houston
I know. It's
Oilers.
a team that's
Houston Oilers.
No,
Houston
these songs
Oilers
suck.
number one.
well,
I
that
It
am
was
song
I am
is
created in the 1970s and it was a repeat from the Dolphins, but it's just
done.
a
I am
different
done with.
melody.
I am done with any team having their own song. That's ridiculous. Get
well,
over
not
it.
only that, I don't care if you have a song, but it's just full of lies. Because one, Houston no longer has the Oilers.
Nope.
Two, they never got a Super Bowl.
Nope.
Three, they were never in control.
Yeah, until they ran
Who is
into the
their
Steelers.
Who is their best player? Everybody know if you know me. You know I
The
don't know hardly anything
greatest
about football.
Houston Oiler of all time,
Oh,
For
Warren
the
Moon
Earl
and
Campbell.
I know
oh,
Ward Moon I've heard
The
of.
Tyler Rose,
Who
Earl
was their
Campbell.
quarterback? Will during your on your team here
it's Warren
Oh,
Moon.
Warren Moon.
was a
Yeah, Warren
quarterback.
Moon.
Why did I think
Yeah.
he wasn't a quarterback?
He was
I
their
don't know.
he was so I'm a big Warren Moon fan. Very happy to I followed him as a kid. Um
Oh man, that's illegal.
well yeah, there was
Did he know you were there?
no 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 charges were filed. But loved Warren Moon as a kid. So I actually read his autobiography. I remember in college like I had to write a paper on a person who faced uh hardships and
Oh my.
persevered and
Ooh.
went through them. So he was
Oh,
a
you mean this is a
Heisman
special interest piece you wrote?
little yeah, well
Yeah, but
just
this
him
one,
in general.
this is an actual breaking the mold of
Yes.
what he did because he had um
He won
so
the Heisman Trophy, Johnny,
he didn't
as
win
a
the Heisman.
quarter. He was well, he's a Heisman finalist, sorry.
I was
But
gonna
yeah, he was up there. He was like a great quarterback, right? In
yeah,
college, and he went undrafted
because he was
in the
black.
NFL because he was black. They wanted him to switch to wide receiver. He refused. So he went up to the
I thought you were gonna say you wanted
CFL.
to switch to white.
Yeah.
Well, if he would have,
Yeah. So he went up to the CFL with the Edmonton Eskimos, and he broke basically every record, won the Grey Cup multiple times,
I think
and
every year
then
that he was in.
yeah, like he just shattered records, passing yards, everything. So then they finally like the Houston Oilers relinquished. Were like, yeah, we'll give you this money. He went down to Houston. Obviously, no offense, Andrew, but not a very happy place at the time for a man of his skin color, especially being their leading quarterback and star player. So he faced quite a bit of persecution, and then he just balled when he got to Houston. Like he was awesome, just such a good
Right.
quarterback. Um, but this year sticks out because not I don't think it was the best team that he was a part of, but it was the first team that I really remember. And unfortunately, their season was cut short with a
Oh,
10-6 record. But this is the illustrious greatest comeback game. So if you're from Western New York, like you are, Johnny, and you know everything about it, like you do, Johnny, um,
I feel like I do.
um, they lost to the Bills with a 41 to 38 score in overtime. The Bills scored well, how many consecutive points was it? I can't
jeez, it
recall.
was like ridiculous.
It was basically a
What's
tale of two halves. Like the Oilers dominated the first half, and then the Bills dominated the second
Bills
half.
scored in regulation 30,
35
30,
unanswered
yeah,
points.
30,
Yeah.
Oh no, because it was so in the last two quarters. So in the second half of the game, Bill scored 35, and the Oilers only managed to score 21. Or no, I'm sorry, 10.
Yeah. So at half, then it was what, 31-3, and the
Uh,
Bills came
yeah,
back and they won the game in overtime.
20 or
Um,
28-3.
Oddly enough, I don't know if you've seen any of the recaps that they've done like recently, but the first touchdown that the Bills scored should not have counted when they started to rally because the receiver in question stepped out of bounds, came back in bounds, and he was the first person to touch the ball after it was thrown. It was BB.
We'll let it slide.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um.
Don
I
Beebe's
know
a,
So,
Don Beebe's a
but
great guy, Facebook
yeah,
friend of mine, and great
yeah,
guy.
but
I have an NFL question real quick.
yeah,
Buffalo Bills. Was that where Buffalo Bill was from? How did they get that name?
Because
it's a
of Buffalo
cowboy.
Bill.
Yeah, he's a cowboy.
Yeah,
He's a
because of
real
Wild Bill
cowboy.
Cody.
I
Yeah.
heard Buffalo Bill, the historical figure. Say who we're talking about here?
Yeah, that's what they're named after.
Yeah.
But was he from there? Is what I'm asking.
No,
Probably not. No.
Ralph
Oh, so
Wilson
they
was
because
just
I thought he was from like out west.
yeah, Ralph Wilson just needed a team name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, that's stupid.
Yeah. That's why like the logo is a buffalo. Like it's not a
Yeah.
bill. Like what are you gonna put on there? A thing that says past due,
Here's a notice.
eviction imminent. But I used to love and I remember like the game wasn't televised because it didn't sell out,
Yeah, that
which
was
is crazy to
rough.
think a playoff game
Ain't that wild? That happened a lot in the
didn't
'90s.
didn't sell
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
on all the
Um,
sports.
So I remember listening to it on the radio, and my dad was super pissed. He had a buddy of his who lived in Ohio who was telling my dad he's going to record the game. And since they were losing so bad, he stopped the recording. So my dad was super pissed that he never got to watch the game until I found a copy of the game, gave it to him. So we watched it. And yeah, I mean, it was, but I just remember like being a Oilers fan, and it was like the first time I wasn't rooting for the Bills. So my dad was just gloating over me because I was gloating over him as we were like, I think we were like putting up the Christmas decorations as we were listening to the game. And but Lorenzo White was the running back. He was a great player, all-time grading wide receiver. Hayward Jeffries, just
Oh,
a
you gotta give
wonderful team.
love to all those great wide receivers that they had. Webster Slaughter, Curtis
Oh
Duncan,
yes, yes, they did have a
Ernest
great team.
Givens.
Well, Moon was the kind of guy he liked to spread the ball around. He didn't
That
have his
was
like go-to, but Jeffries broke out that season. I remember he was in the Pro Bowl.
yeah.
But like I said, not the greatest Houston Oilers team, but like I feel like that game was kind of like the downslide because a couple years later he was shipped out and off to Minnesota.
So you guys could start Commander Cody Carlson
Yeah.
because of the salary cap coming in. I remember that. It was pretty rough.
And then I went to pot pretty quick in Houston where they refused to fix the stadium,
Yeah.
moved over to Tennessee, and then became the Titans.
And 2 years later, also, Buddy Ryan would punch Kevin Gilbride in the face on the sidelines.
He had it coming.
The good old Houston Oilers. Because that was a good Buffalo was down, I think, Cornelius Bennett, Frank Wright,
Yeah, yeah, and
and somebody else. I want to say Thurman Thomas or Bruce Smith. Because
well,
they
not
had
only
made
that,
it
it
so
was it
great.
was kind of a weird situation because they played the last week of the regular season and Houston won. And then they played in the wild card round
Yeah,
and Buffalo was without Jim Kelly, so Frank Reich had to come in, backup quarterback. Yeah, Biscuit was out. Um,
that's why I call uh Matt's kid Biscuit.
yeah,
Cornelius Bennett.
so yeah, it was a very strong memory. And if I had to pick one Houston Oilers team, like I said, not the best of that era, but one that really sticks out with me. And I remember watching them that season and kind of pulling for them. So good old Houston Oilers.
Gotta love them.
Yeah,
All right.
those powdered blues.
Love you,
Are
Blue.
you ready for my next basketball team? This is a real one. I'm going to go with the 1994 Orlando Magic. Let's talk some Magic, guys. It's time to talk some Penny Hardaway, some Shaq, We got to get some Shaq love in here, but we got to get some Nick Anderson love in here, who sadly couldn't hit 2 free throws when they needed to. But other than that, the dude was awesome. Scott Skiles, very underrated point guard that nobody ever talks about. Had the most assists ever in an NBA game.
I don't think
Scott Skiles.
He wasn't on 94.
Oh, he left the year before, didn't he?
Yeah, that's when they traded him off so they could get Horace Grant.
That's right. Yeah. Well, they needed to get a Horace Grant ruled. Yeah.
You're forgetting the original 3D.
No, I hadn't got to Dennis Scott yet.
Oh, okay.
He was next. He was on my list.
I love Dennis Scott, so I will.
Yeah, you cannot leave out Dennis Scott. Also, he's really good on TV as an analysis. Dennis Scott rules as well. But man, I tell you what, those Little Penny commercials just I really love those, and I don't know why. Because one of the first things Chris Rock ever did was voice that Little Penny, and Penny Hardaway was probably one of my favorite non-Charlotte Hornet player was Penny Hardaway. Really loved Penny Hardaway. That dude was awesome. One heck of a basketball player. And you throw in Shaq. I mean, good gosh. That was a tandem right there, too. If they'd stayed together, I think they definitely would have made some noise because they did get pretty far in the playoffs, but they didn't win.
Yeah.
And Shaq goes to L.A. and with those Lakers, where all those lakes are, and wins a championship.
Penny's knee gives out.
Yeah, Penny to me is one of the greatest what ifs. And, we've talked about that before. Andrew, like, these injury history what ifs, like him and Grant Hill, probably the 2 biggest ones for me. Like what they could have been if it wasn't for those injuries. Man, pretty hard.
I wasn't on that team, but it reminded me now. And if I don't say it, I gotta send you this great video on good old Isaiah Ryder.
I look East Bay Funk. You talking East Bay Funk? First time I ever saw somebody do the between the legs dunk. Yeah. Isaiah Ryder.
I gotta send you the video on this reporter Jeff Perlman has his own YouTube channel and he does a whole video on Isaiah Ryder. So
Isaiah Ryder rules.
But yeah, back to Brian Hill was a very cool head coach. He was a very cool head coach. I gotta say that he was almost like the poor man's Pat Riley. I felt the way that is
until later on. This is after Shaq had already left the team. Literally stabbed him in the back.
Yeah. Can we bring back suits on the sidelines for the NBA?
I think they should do that in all sports.
I would love it.
Everybody's just on the sidelines watching suits.
Except for Major League Baseball, I need full uniform still.
I don't need TV show. Yeah.
I do get a chuckle. I get a chuckle when I see like a 70-year-old man rocking a baseball uniform.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so something great. It's like just so cuddly. Just want to hug them.
Yeah, I want my coaches and the coaching staff to be wearing like starter uniforms.
Could
you imagine if all sports leagues did that?
That'd be awesome.
In full pads, helmet.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That would rule. You'll be able to tell who the coach is.
Was this the Tree
coach in the NBA rocking the tank?
Could you imagine if Stan Van Gundy still was a coach?
That's why they went to pinstripes.
I would love it.
I love Stan Van Gundy. That would be really funny. Visual.
Oh, this isn't the cool. Okay, this was. Oh yeah, there he is. Tree Rollins.
Tree Rollins was awesome.
Was a coach / player.
Yes.
Because they just needed a backup center for Shaq.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot, but he was awesome.
He came in just enough so Shaq could get a sip of Gatorade and take 2 breaths, and then.
And what a great name! One of the lesser talked about great names in sports. Tree Rollins.
Yes, I love.
Yeah, that's great.
I made fun of him when I first saw him as a kid. My dad never really got defensive about certain people, but Tree Rollins, he's like, Tree Rollins was good. His knees are just giving out on him now. He's just older. Like he was getting like real angry with me when I was like, who's Tree Rollins and why is he so slow? He's like, Tree Rollins was good. Okay. There's a couple of guys that when I mentioned from like that played even like in like the early 80s or the 70s, like especially like NFL and stuff, where I was like, who's this guy? And he was be like, oh, let me tell you about this guy. But other than that, he never really said a word.
Well, the Magic also only one other time when they make the finals, and that's with Dwight Howard. And other than that, they've never come close.
But this Magic team, I think, was better than that Magic team.
I think so too. I mean, that
Yeah.
was still a good Magic team, but this one by far, I think this is one everybody remembers fondly.
Would you say Shaq is the greatest Magic of all time?
Oh,
I
this is a
would.
great question.
It's like
Hmm.
when you go up
Not
to
like
night.
greatest player to play for the Magic, because that I think that's a different type of question. Because you could pick a lot of guys like that are like the greatest player to play for a franchise that maybe had like a short stint, but I'm talking like greatest Magic. Like he
Yeah,
needs
like
to
when
be.
you go up to 10 people and you say name me a player from the Orlando Magic, nine of them are going to say Shaq. Like he
And,
just
and the 10th probably
he's
say Penny.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just so I feel associated with those. Remember the like I like how Shaq was such a big star at this time. Like you had your starting lineups and then Shaq's like, "No, I'm going to do
I'll
my own
do it.
toy line, man." And he had his
Yeah.
own toy line.
Who made those? Was that like the classic thing or something?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Oh, I think it was classic. Like they did the cards too. Remember classic
Yeah,
cards?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think so.
And that I don't think they could get the rights to the teams, so it was like the colors, but they just wouldn't have the name of the teams because it
Yeah.
was like his college uniform, his high school uniform, his NBA uniform, and his practice gear. Remember the one like you could break the backboard? I think they all
Yeah.
could do that
you could get
probably.
that right now on eBay for like $10.
Deal.
Yeah, I'm looking
Consider it
at it.
done.
Yeah.
I was looking at it. I'm not even gonna lie. I would like the LSU one too.
There's a collectible store around here and they have a bunch of starting lineups that are like 3 for $20.
I
Yeah,
got a
All
couple
all
here that were
leagues. Yeah, yeah, a
I don't
couple
know.
were sent
Don't
a
to
don't.
couple here.
Johnny.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be able to retire on my starting lineups.
They're
I
think the only ones I've seen that are more than $20 are like Jordans and Magic Johnsons. That's
I
it.
I remember when I was collecting, if you got the original runs from like '88, those were like ridiculously priced. I once
So you're trying to tell me that my Kevin Garnett rookie one that I have is not worth anything?
probably not.
Probably not. No.
I once paid $50 for a Cordell Stewart starting lineup.
Oh, you made out. Was that the
Yeah,
one where he was in the black and he was doing like the catching pose? I
yeah,
believe I had. Yeah.
yep.
Yep, I had that one growing up.
Good
Cordell
old Slash.
slash
Yes,
Stewart. Yeah.
yeah. He was the original Slash there. He was a black guy and he wasn't afraid to go to wide receiver from quarterback. No, I'm fucking around.
And then yeah, like after what, like 3 seasons, he's like, no, I refuse to play wide
Yeah,
receiver,
I could.
quarterback or bust.
I understood that after that
Yeah.
point. I mean, when they're telling you you're not as good as Neil O'Donnell, which Neil O'Donnell's probably my least favorite quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
I never even heard of him.
Yeah, exactly. And you
No,
don't need
no
to.
offense to Neil O'Donnell.
Normally, I would tell you to go look these guys up. Don't go look up Neil O'Donnell.
You know
At
what
least
I will look
he
up
was
though?
served a proper punishment and he was traded to the Jets.
I'll tell you what I will look up though. Andrew, who's your fourth team?
The 93, 94. I know I was watching a lot of sports. This is like when I really was getting into the sports center. But 1993, 94, New York Hockey Rangers. Yes, you guys can close your ears because I know how much hockey fans you guys are. Because as a kid, my father
I'm more
watched
upset that you have two teams that represent
New York.
the loathe of society,
Yeah, I
the
know.
cesspool of filth.
But so let, let me
Place that
get
steals
into
all your electricity.
They
Yeah,
steal
they do.
all, yeah,
All
yeah, they steal all my electricity.
all
They
the
steal all
taxes.
my tax dollars.
But this team, so my father never watched hockey. Most of my sports stuff comes from my father. He never really watched hockey. I knew of hockey because of the Sabres, and my aunt was a Sabres fan. But as I got older, like I said, and started watching Sports Center, there's this great, what's again, I don't know why, but probably why I hate stories now. But the Rangers did not win a Stanley Cup, I think, since like 1946 or 1948. They go out, they get this guy that I never heard of, even though he's like top 10 greatest NHL players of all time, maybe you will at least I would say top 25, and Mark Messier. They go get Mark Messier from the Edmonton Oilers. I have no idea who Mark Messier is, but now I do. And they just go on this amazing run to go capture the Stanley Cup and break this curse. And it was just awesome to watch them play. I remember going outside in the summer when they were in the Stanley Cup finals, go outside in the summer, play some street hockey with my friend AJ, and we would be Mark Messier, Brian Leach, Sergei Zubov, who Adam Graves, and you get in goal and you're like, oh, I'm going to be Mike Ricker and everything else. So this team contributes to my love of hockey as one of the three factors I feel. Other than my friend John, this team is those two are my two biggest factors for my love of hockey because this is where I fell in love with it. Like really, really fell in love with it. And then I found Eric Lindros and the Legion of Doom, and then I said no more Rangers. It's all about the Flyers, baby.
Can't
But
believe you're not talking about the Mighty Ducks.
Nah,
Greatest hockey team of all
no,
time. Flying
no,
V, Goldberg.
no. Nobody. I don't think anybody would. I don't think we ever did that. We don't think we ever did the Goldberg thing where
no.
we wanted to be Goldberg. Well, Bret
You
That's
Hart.
weren't
ridiculous.
you weren't spearing people and
Bret
No,
Hart hated you.
no,
Yeah,
no.
that's Bret Hart's. He really hates that goalie.
yeah. I actually did the other day. We were at like a collectible store and they had a Bombay Funko Pop signed by Emilio.
Wow,
Emilio.
Yeah, the Mighty Duck Man himself.
that's what I'm talking about. Nice.
I
All
got
right,
nobody.
so I'm
Uh,
on three. Let's keep this NHL train rolling because I
yeah.
also have a hockey team here. This is asterisks because it's the 06-07 Buffalo Sabres. This was the first year of the awful slug logo.
Oh, the
They
power
went
slug.
they went back to the um blue and gold. It was more like a yellow.
Yeah.
And basically, I remember this team's special to me because like the whole city rallied around the Sabres at this time. This is like in the depths of like the Bills just sucking endlessly. Like people were just done with football and the Bills. And the Sabres were coming on. They were an exciting team to watch. They had young players. They brought in some experienced veterans from around the league. We had our wonderful coach that we had for like a long time comes and goes as he pleases into Buffalo as well as a few other teams. But this was like when I was working at Dick's Sporting Goods full time, going to college full time, and like you work at a sporting goods store with a bunch of people, you know, usually they're working there because they like sports, right?
Yeah,
So there was a definite sense of like community around watching the Sabres game. I remember they'd be on when I was working. It was just you kind of felt like you were getting paid to just sit and watch the game with your friends and colleagues. We go to each other's houses for some of the games. After work, we'd hit the bars, watch the games. And it was great because it wasn't just like college age kids. It was college age kids. It was middle aged people. It was seniors that are like on the cusp of retirement. But it didn't matter. Like we'd all just go to these different places. We'd, frequent like Tully's Sports Bar a lot or
Oh, I missed that place.
well,
yeah,
here we go.
it's basically you have the ground round by you, Johnny? It's basically no, the ground
Local
round.
reference, local reference,
No,
local reference.
Wow.
it's basically you at some point you have a restaurant by you that serves halfway decent food and
Yeah.
they have sports cards laminated into the table and you get free
Okay. Yeah.
popcorn. It's a place like that, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like this team, like they had a great goaltender in Ryan Miller. Um, they brought in veterans like Daniel Briere, Chris Drury, Thomas Vanek was like a young up and coming guy. He led the team in goals. Um, let's see, and then like a lot of these names, it's just funny because I associate it with listening to oh God, what's the announcer's name?
Rick Jenneret.
Yes, Mr. Jenneret, and he would always put like a great spin on their names, like his one thing is like, oh, the goal went top shelf or Mama hides the cookies is like a famous expression that he would always use. But like the way he would like pronounce their names, it just sticks in my mind. You have like Hendrik Tallinder, and he'd always be like Tallinder, and he'd just like really enunciate. Tim Connolly, they never called him Tim Connolly. It was always Timmy Connolly. Um, yeah, Patrick Coletta. You had your goon. You had an awesome goon in Andrew Peters. Like he would just rough people up. He was just a great guy.
Yeah, Rob Ray's gone by that point.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's long gone.
Can
He's
we?
actually, I think Rob Ray would actually like commentate some of the games as well.
Can we
but
talk about real quick how the fighting in hockey is fake? Can we talk about that?
It's not fake.
It is fake.
It is not fake.
It is all fake. All of it's fake.
No,
It's fake.
not.
It's pro wrestling, and you don't want to admit it.
No, it's not.
they're on
It
skates,
is.
man. You can't get good footing.
No, it's not.
It's impressive. I ain't saying it's not impressive. It is impressive. But it's fake.
Hockey players are
Fake. Yeah.
different breed of people. Like
Yeah,
a
they're
guy
fake.
literally went into cardiac arrest, like I want to say about 5 years ago. And when they revived him, he was like, "Can I get back on the ice?" And they were like, "No." And he's like,
Yeah.
"But I'm fine."
I'm not saying they're not tough. Of course they're tough. Pro
But
wrestlers are
no,
tough.
they beat the crap out of each other.
So do pro wrestlers. But I'm not. But it's
No,
it's,
these no
those
the
fights
fighting
they
in
happen
hockey
every
is
game, Andrew. Every game they happen. They're fake.
they're yeah, because they
It's a
hate
physical
each other.
game, and
It's
it's
a very,
legal.
very physical game.
It's
Johnny,
not real.
no,
Johnny,
because
hockey is
there-
so physical that when they do their injury report, they stop specifying what part is injured. Where there was
I'm
like,
not
hey,
saying
he's got
it's
a bum
not
ankle
physical.
because they would hack the guy in the ankle. They just say he has
I'm
a
not saying
lower
it's not
body
physical.
injury.
Of course it's physical.
But
And I'm
yeah,
gonna say every once in a while
those
those
are
fights
real
are real. Every
fights.
once in a while. But
Those guys are throwing blows.
99.999% of them are fake. Guaranteed.
I don't
Promise.
agree.
I don't agree.
You're both delusional.
You're delusional.
If
I am
fighting
not. They happen too often for them not
because it's allowed.
It's the game.
Yeah, it's allowed. If
It's
they
the
allow
game.
fighting,
No,
in
it's not a
football-
game. It's a fight. There's two differences.
No,
But it's part
that's
of the
not
game.
real.
That's
They're
part of
not
the
real.
game. That's part of the tradition. Is that you
The
have?
tradition.
I'm not lying, but that's what you have. I mean, they kind of phased it
It's
out.
not
But what
real.
he says, you have a goon type player. You have
Yes.
like an enforcer. And
That
his
should be
job
your
is
first good inclination that
to-
it's mostly not real.
Yeah, but that player, the enforcer, is to protect the other players. Is
Yes,
to protect
yes,
the other
but
players.
the fake fights.
and
I know.
And I think you're nuts on this one.
So Johnny,
I think you're both insane, and I love you both dearly, but you're
I
insane on this.
think you're nuts.
so look at it this way. If
It's
okay,
pro wrestling,
if fighting
No.
was allowed in basketball, right?
Yeah.
Just as many fights would break out. They'd
No, they
also
would
have
not.
yes, they would.
Yeah,
They'd
they
have
would not.
similar.
Oh, yeah, they would.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Obviously, completely different level than pro. All right, not even. When I was growing up in my 20s and 30s, I literally went almost 3 times a week playing street basketball, where people's egos were at the top they could ever be. Everybody thought they were Michael Jordan when they never were, but egos were like crazy. Never once did I ever. I think I saw in like 10 years, I saw 2 fights. A lot of arguments, sure.
I've
But
seen a lot more
basketball
fights during
also
basketball.
also isn't as physical as hockey as far as like contact, right?
Oh yeah,
But-
you're not going around purposely hitting people.
But
Yeah.
if fights were allowed in
You're not checking people.
exactly, which
Yeah.
causes issues, like that guy checked me, oh, I'm pissed, I'm gonna get him back, and you have a stick,
Yeah, you
that
carry
you
a
can
weapon.
whack. You can whack at someone. Oh, I was
can't
trying
believe
to get the
I
puck.
can't believe you guys think that every one of these fights is real.
It's
This is the
because
most-
They are.
if they didn't allow fighting, then yes, but it's like I'm not going to get punished for this
they
besides
allow
penalty
fighting because
time.
people love
You
to
get
watch
penalties.
it.
Yeah,
That's part of the game. Like you said, that's part of
No.
selling the game. We have
No,
fights.
well,
We get a
that's
bunch
part
fight
of
at it.
selling the
And every once in a
game.
while, there's a hockey game.
And they've
Here's a fight.
actually started phasing it out. They're selling when they phase out hockey or hockey fights to certain people is that they're selling it to the person that's like you that wouldn't really watch hockey. But then also that is a selling point of hockey to somebody that likes football. But that is part of the game is the fighting, is that
Yeah.
way that they are just so physical, the checking, the everything else that goes on with the game of hockey.
they also allow it in lacrosse.
Yeah, like that's
Oh, lacrosse is also very physical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
that's hockey.
yeah, it's very similar to hockey as far as like the physicality. It's just without skates, and
I
these
can't
guys
believe
get
you guys-
fights all the time.
You guys love pro wrestling.
Those are real fights. These guys are wailing the crap out
Yeah.
of each other. They're connecting. They
Ask
pulled
anybody
those
punched
other
by Terry
guys.
Funk. Terry Funk, if he was holding back those punches.
All I'm
They
saying,
pulled.
Johnny,
No,
is
yeah,
if the goon, okay, the goon,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a big guy, and his whole job is like, okay, Wayne Gretzky, for instance,
yeah.
Yeah.
he
It's to
is
protect Wayne Gretzky because he's the star.
exactly.
Marty
Yeah.
So
McCoy.
same thing. If they had fighting in basketball, if they allowed it, then you
They
can't
would
tell me
all they
that
would
there would be cheap shots on Jordan, especially if they made the game more physical. So you would need
they
a
were.
goon to
Yeah, but
protect Jordan.
That's why Jordan was mad when they traded Horace Grant, by the way, side note,
Exactly.
because he was the one who would kind of
yeah,
protect.
but was that it wasn't allowed? So I'm
Right. Yeah, it's
telling
not
you right now,
allowed.
if it was allowed, do you think right now
There'd be
that
fake fights in the NBA. Yes, I would agree.
that you don't think a guy like Charles Oakley and Anthony Mason on a team that we would have just punched Clyde Drexler right in his mouth?
No, they would not have.
Okay.
They would not have. Not without reason. Like if he's going to like talking about their mom or something, sure.
You don't think because if he's dropping like 30 a night, we'll just give out some crazy number. He's just on fire. He's in the zone. He's going. And to throw him off of his game, they just don't pop him in his just boom right in his chin.
Or they'd goad him on to
The
attack them.
Pistons
They'd be
literally
like,
had
you're
the
dropping
Jordan
30
rules.
tonight. Well, I dropped 30 loads in your mom last
The
night. And then
Pistons,
bam,
the
fight.
Pistons literally had the Jordan rules, right? Where
Yeah.
anytime where the rules were, hey, if Jordan gets down his lane, we're knocking him on his ass. That was
Yeah.
basically the rule.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying, look, I feel like
But
I
you don't
hate
think there
hockey.
would have been a fight if there was allowed? You
I'm
don't
sure there
think
would have been a
somebody
fight.
would?
It was not every game.
So they don't have hockey fights every game.
Yeah.
Feels like it.
No. That's because you're just you got to watch more hockey.
If
they
I went
have
to
been-
live
they have been
hockey
phasing
games
them
are
out.
really fun. I do enjoy going to an actual hockey game. I don't. That's one of those sports I like watching in person because it's actually really fun to watch in person. And I feel like I'm sorry to all the hockey fans out there. I'm sure I really offended a lot of people besides you two with my take on that.
No, it's just agree to disagree. I think they're legit fights.
I think yeah.
There's no way they all are, but that's just my opinion.
No,
Bleeding.
not all of them. I'm sure
They're
there's
bleeding.
a couple
I
where
don't
the
think
guys
they're
Yeah.
blading as in air quotes on the ice like in professional wrestling or anything.
I'm not
these
saying not
guys
all of
are.
them. I'm sure there's some real, guaranteed real ones have happened. The real ones have happened in basketball. I mean, ask poor Rudy T what happened to him because he doesn't remember.
Yeah, but that was during the dirty 70s when you're all.
But you know what I
cooked
mean?
up.
Though? Like,
But yeah, but
happens in every sport. But because you're competitive, and you're like at the top of your sport in the pro sports. And I get what you're saying. I bet some of the fights are real. I'm not saying not all of them are. I'm not saying every one of them are fake. I'm just really suspicious that most of them are most likely not on the up and up, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But again, I don't know hockey near as much as you do, so it's just my amateurish opinion.
Hockey's the greatest sport ever. It's the fastest, most physical sport known to man.
I think
and they
it's the
get
most.
paid the least.
I think it's the most impressive.
I said, and they get paid the least.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing all this on ice skates. That's freaking impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
it really is.
I mean, this is probably the only sport where you never hear somebody be like, "Oh, he just started playing hockey in high school." You will never ever hear that.
No,
you
yeah,
will
you gotta start
never ever.
as a baby.
Yeah,
You got to start that
remember
young.
my cousin started when he was 4, and they told him he started too late.
Yeah, it's like just Jedi rules. You got to start.
That's crazy.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah. Yes,
All
sir, as a
right.
youngling. Is it my
Who
turn?
you got? Yeah, who you
Yeah.
got for number 3, Johnny?
All right, feel free to make fun of this team as I made fun of your hockey. The 1992 Dream Team.
No, that was I almost put them on here.
No,
It's the greatest team in history, in my opinion. So I had to have the Dream Team. Everybody you could possibly think of in the 90s, basketball was here. I mean, of course, you had Jordan, you had Bird, you had Magic. I mean, there's your big three right there.
Where's
Patrick
Isaiah?
Ewing.
Where's Isaiah?
That's a good. Where was Isaiah? That's a good question.
You said
Did you see
everybody.
Did you see that recently? Isaiah was asked who his top 10 favorite players were. Guess who was not number one?
Yeah, we all know that. Isaiah is the Bret Hart of the NBA. Okay?
Yes, he is.
yeah,
He
he's
is
a bitter
the
man.
Bret Hart of the NBA.
He most certainly is. This had some Utah Jazz players on it. Will this had one of my all-time favorite players, Charles Barkley, who famously one of my favorite quotes in sports ever was, "I don't know who Angola is, but Angola's in trouble." That's a great quote. And it would
Uh,
absolutely destroy teams. It wasn't even fair.
Oh, you know who
Uh,
else they had on that team? You're gonna love this, Johnny. Western New York's own Christian Leitner.
they sure did. Because they said
yep.
we have to have one college player. Who are we going to take?
Shout out
Could you
to
imagine
Nichols High
being him?
School.
Man, could you imagine?
Oh,
There's
I
a
would have
great
just soaked it in.
there's a great ESPN
Soaked
doc
it
on
in.
Christian Leitner that I encourage people to watch.
Is that
No,
the
I'll
I
check
Hate
that out.
Christian Leitner?
Yeah, it's really good. And by the way, I'm a Carolina fan, so I did hate Christian Leitner, so I really loved watching it.
I hated Christian Leitner, and he was pretty much from the same area where I'm from.
It's like a preppy rich white boy.
But
I
he
ain't got time for
wasn't.
that.
That was the
I know,
craziest thing.
I know, but it's how
That
he's seen,
broke my
right?
head
Yeah,
when I watched that documentary and found
yeah,
he grew up like blue collar poor. I'm like,
yeah,
wait, no, no, no.
yeah.
You,
Nope. Yeah.
I hate it.
Was the
That's
92?
just
That was the first time that pros played, correct?
Yeah,
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Because before that, they wouldn't let any pros in the United States play, anybody from the NBA play, but like other countries, literally, their professional players in those other countries could play. So that's like, cool. I
Gotcha.
guess we'll let you do it this time.
That
There's
was a
a
little
great
bit.
documentary on the Dream Team too. Just FYI.
Yeah, that was a little bit before my time. I was more well knowledge with the 96,
Yeah,
uh,
that was
96 team.
that one's good too.
Yeah.
But Andrew, do you remember that when Honeycomb would have the posters, you get the
yes,
box of Honeycomb?
yeah. I'm
Have me
still
some Dream Team posters.
I'm still jaded that I never got the Larry Bird McDonald's cup.
Oh
And
yeah,
I always got like a David Robinson or a Patrick Ewing, which was like cool
we
like the
can't talk
first
about
time.
McDonald's cups around Will. He'll get them wrong.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure will.
Will is the true definition of does not see color.
I thought it was him.
Mixing Larry Johnson and Big Country up.
Got confused.
That's one of my favorite things that Will's ever done.
Uh,
Two players that cannot be remotely similar in any sort of way.
They had the
yeah.
same color jersey, man. I can't even say I don't see colors because I based it on the color of the jersey.
Yeah, I don't even think the colors of the jerseys were like.
Yeah, one's like a darker teal. They're both
Close
on the
enough.
hue of blue. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bluish green.
Yeah. All right. But everybody knows about the Dream Team, so I don't really need to talk about it very much. But that's my only championship winning team that won the gold medal that year.
My team is the 1996 Florida Gators football team that won the national championship this year. So once again, as a kid, I love Dan Marino. So you love Dan Marino, you love it when guys just throw the ball everywhere. So I hear my dad was more of a college football fan. I just kind of watched it every once in a while with him. And then all of a sudden he starts talking about this guy named Steve Spurrier, who's the head coach of this Florida Gators team, and he runs a fun and gun offense. I heard fun and gun, and he was like, "Yeah, the quarterback just whips it around." And I'm like, that is what I'm all about. And I fell in love with this team. And there is no Hall of Famers from the NFL on here or anything else, but their quarterback did win the Heisman Trophy. Good old Danny Warfel. And to this day, if anybody says anything bad about Danny Warfel, I will literally fight you. You can't say anything bad, but
I don't even remember that name. That was like the peak of me watching the NFL. Who the hell did he go to?
he went to the New Orleans Saints in like the fourth or fifth round.
Was that when Ditka was coaching him?
Uh,
Or no, that was pre-Ditka.
it was
That's
pre-Dick.
Dickie.
Yeah,
No,
pre-Ditka.
no, I think he was maybe there when, he was there when Dicka was there.
So was DD during
Yeah,
Ditka.
During Dicka. Yeah, because
was the AD after Dick.
he was drafted in '97 in the fourth round.
How long did he last there?
Oh, not long. And
No.
then he went on to I'm probably gonna get heat, but Redskins, and because Steve Spurrier came to the NFL,
Who?
he was looking
Never
for
heard of that team. There's no team called the Redskins.
Yes, there was.
No, there wasn't.
If I'm going to refer to them at that time period, they are the Redskins.
Look, as a guy who literally has like 0.1 at most percent Native American heritage, as I do, uh, I am 0.1% offended.
The closest player to probably making anywhere close to where it was like an NFL household name was their good old running back in Fred Taylor.
Oh yeah, Jacksonville Jaguar.
There
Yeah.
you go. That's the only guy. Wide receivers, Riddell Anthony and Ike Hilliard didn't really do too much in the NFL at all. Javon Curse was a sophomore on this team as well. He was
Okay.
pretty
The
big name.
freak.
Yep. See?
Yeah.
Okay. So there
Yeah.
you go. Other than that, mid to level names that probably nobody ever heard of. But that is my team. I even got a Danny Warfel jersey. My aunt who lived in Florida got me one, even though this was when players couldn't have their names on the back of the jerseys when they were sold because the NCAA didn't want to pay them in the school.
Yep.
So it was just the
Yep.
Florida Gators number 7 jersey. But I
Yep.
rocked that jersey so proudly. Love the 96 Gators.
Well, I'll tell you, my next team, your players may have been mid, but this team had nothing but stars on it. Awesome team. And I'm going football, but the professionals, this is the 1998 Minnesota Vikings.
Almost this close on my list. Oh, I love this
Loved,
team.
loved this team. Talking about running
Oh,
and gunning it, just slinging it around the freaking field. We have the career resurgence of Randall Cunningham, the rubber band man at quarterback. All-time awesome running back, Robert Smith, which we've talked
yes.
about in the past. I
So
fell in love with this
underrated.
guy when he was on a breakout run and his cleat fell off and he finished the sprint to the end zone with a sock just on his one foot.
Did he sing for the Cure? Robert
Yes, he
Smith.
did. Yeah, he did that after his football
Oh,
career.
okay.
Voice of an angel. Um, you had at the veteran wide receiver position, you had Chris
Oh,
Carter and Jake Reed.
I knew
greatest
Chris
wide
Carter.
receiver room ever.
Yes, and
Ever.
Chris
then
Carter, I
I'm
knew because
sorry.
he would do as ESPN sometimes.
you had the rookie season of breakout superstar Randy Moss, who at that during that season scored he got the record for the most touchdowns scored by a rookie at that time, which was 17 touchdowns in one season.
And
Um,
was I believe he was really good friends with White Chocolate Jason Williams. Like they
Yeah, they
were a
played with
teammate.
each other.
Yeah, yeah. One of my favorite all-time point guards in NBA ever.
you had at defensive tackle John Randall, which is one of my all-time favorite players. He would take the eye black and just basically paint his whole face. I never knew a black man could do blackface, but he did it
Yeah.
with pristine
He
perfection.
did it
John
like
Randall was
Ultimate
awesome.
Warrior style.
Yes, he was like, and he was on the cover what, like NFL Blitz, either 98 or 99.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
Oh, I
coach,
missed it. I did love NFL Blitz. I played those like crazy.
coach, which I loved, was Dennis Green. If you want to crown their asses, crown their asses.
yeah.
We knew they were who we thought they were. Oh, it was a shame to see him have that breakdown. What was that in Arizona?
Yeah.
And he was fired shortly thereafter. He never coached again. I thought he was an awesome coach. I love Denny Green. But they were 15-1 in the regular season. They won the divisional playoff round against the Cardinals quite handily, and then they lost to the damn Dirty Birds, the Jamal Anderson led Dirty Birds, Atlanta Falcons, in overtime because the only person that I'm not going to say was premier, but this guy's below mid was Gary Anderson, the kicker.
No, come on. He
No,
didn't
I'm
miss a
put
kick all year to that point.
I'm putting the shade on Gary
You
Anderson.
know, put it on good old Gary. Come on.
But
That guy
he
was
shanked it. I remember
one
watching this
time.
game in my bedroom. At the time, for some reason, I took my, I had the closet with the sliding doors.
Yeah.
For some reason, I made that like a little cozy, like sitting area, and I had like a black and white TV. And I remember watching the game in my little closet with my black and white TV. And when he missed the kick, my heart just sank because I was really looking forward to it. It was going to be the Vikings versus the Broncos, I believe. Yeah, with John Elway. And I'm like, they're going to finally do this. They're
Yeah.
going to win the Super Bowl. I started liking the Vikings when Moon shipped over to Minnesota, but this was obviously he was gone at this point. I think he was with Seattle. But yeah, this was an awesome team, super fun to watch. And like after this season, Cunningham kind of fell back off, and they brought in Dante Culpepper, and he
Dante.
kind of took over, and he really kind of filled in quite nicely until he had that awful knee injury.
Yeah, and then Miami got him because they didn't want Drew Brees, and then
Yeah,
Nick Saban
and
started him way too early, and then Dante's career never was the same.
nope, nope. But love this team. Super fun to watch. Uh, so damn dirty birds.
Great offensive line. I'm looking at R.I.P. Corey Stringer. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Corey Stringer. But yeah, Randy Moss, that
Well, because yeah, they were a great line because they just literally pass blocked, and Cunningham had like all the time in the world, and he would just sling it downfield, and Moss was so quick.
I do.
You just throw it in his general vicinity, and he would just catch it and just smoking people.
I think pretty much everybody on this offensive line made Pro Bowl. Randall McDaniel is
Yeah, he was great.
he's in the Hall of Fame, I believe now. Yeah, it was such a great team. That
Oh, you
Thanksgiving game, Randy Moss. Oh,
Yeah,
3 catches, 100 and something yards, and 3 touchdowns. My son was trying to tell me that Randy Moss can put up Odell Beckham numbers. I was like, he does, and he puts up
yeah,
better.
yeah. Probably the best receiver in the history of the game to never win a Super Bowl.
He's the greatest receiver I've ever seen. I think Jerry Rice is the greatest receiver, but just pure talent. Randy
Oh, for
Moss is the
sure.
greatest wide receiver I've ever
And
seen.
I mean, he had so many seasons where he just didn't even try,
Yeah,
and he was putting up monster numbers.
that's
Like
the
every year in Oakland, he didn't care.
oh, he didn't care. Even in New England, like you could tell he was just out there having fun with Brady. Like he was like, "Oh, I finally have a quarterback. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna just do whatever. I'm just gonna run go routes and catch this ball." And that's it. Randy,
Hmm.
love Randy.
All right, ready to talk about my next basketball team?
Sure, let's hear it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go 93 Charlotte Hornets here. Because, of course, we knew the Hornets were going to appear on my list at some
I'm
point.
surprised it's two, to be honest.
Well, you're just, that means wait for number one, huh? But this is the team that made me love basketball. Young Johnny discovered the Charlotte Hornets because, first of all, we had a pro sports team in North Carolina. So, yay. Uh, this made me love basketball in general because you had Muggsy Bogues, the shortest man ever played in the NBA, 5'3", all of them, but heck of a player. You had my favorite all-time player ever, Larry Johnson, Grandmama himself, just like a smaller power forward in the vein of Charles Barkley, just throwing down power dunks and grabbing rebounds. You had Alonzo Mourning, one of the incredibly defensive centers, and probably one of the most famous shots in Charlotte Hornets history when we actually won a playoff game. Pretty impressive. Never happened. Never happened again, seemingly. And then you just have just a slew like Del Curry, Steph's dad played on this team. One of the greatest 6 men of all time, Del Curry. Man, just so many players that just really made me love basketball. And I remember as a kid, you get those basketball cards, those NBA hoops basketball cards, the cheap ones your parents would actually let you get, and you open them. Bless you, sir.
No,
And
thank you.
I would open them up and be like, man, I better get a Charlotte Hornet in this pack. And if I didn't, I was very disappointed. As I have a whole slew of Charlotte Hornets cards in storage somewhere. But man, this is the not only did I love the Charlotte Hornets, but pop culture loved the Charlotte Hornets at this time too. They kind of went beyond basketball. I mean, Grandmama was on Family Matters from time to time. We talked about how famous that starter jacket of the Hornets was. It kind of went above basketball in the early '90s there, and man, this was also the time when the Hornets every game would sell out. Like I think they had one of the longest runs in the NBA of the most sellouts in a row. It was the Charlotte Hornets, and pretty well considered we never made the finals. So
Probably
pretty
till
impressive.
the Vancouver Grizzlies came around. They broke that, right?
Oh, it had to be
Yeah.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
had to
Crushed
be
that
them.
record.
You
Yeah,
can see if I get the two guys confused then.
Crushed that.
yeah. I don't know what you would have done. They would have been traded for each other. That would have just destroyed your mind.
Or if they're on the same team. Wait a
Well,
minute.
Jeez,
Who's
how would
who?
you-
Yeah,
It would be
Like that
like in,
Spider-Man meme.
just point at each other.
it'd be like
Yeah.
in the league when they're talking about the two NFL players because there was Jordan Cameron and Cameron Jordan, and they were trying to get Ruxin to see which one was which. And they were like, "Come on, you know who this is? Is this Cameron Jordan or Jordan Cameron?" He was like, "Oh yeah, that's," and he couldn't get either one of them.
But this team was so fun. I mean, this is the one my mom would watch games with me because she loved Muggsy Bogues.
Who
Heck,
who in the right mind wouldn't?
yeah, Muggsy rules.
Yeah, the
My
best.
See, my mother was a big Kareem fan. She
Oh yeah,
almost
because
named my brother Kareem. Could you imagine that?
That would have been awesome.
for me to imagine, that sounds incredible.
Some kid walking around just named Kareem.
Roger, Roger.
Yeah, yeah, she was actually thinking about. Then my dad was like, "No, he's gonna be named after me." And then she was like, "Oh, I guess I can't name him Kareem."
You can make it his middle name.
No, because
That's
Yeah.
it.
he's an
That's how I got
official
Lee as my
junior.
middle name.
He's an official
Oh
junior.
yeah, it's true. That's how I got the. Well, I was named after my grandpa, and then my middle name is named after Lee Majors because that's who my mom loved.
I look at Lee Majors completely different now.
Yeah, because he fought Bigfoot. It's pretty
I look at him the
impressive.
No, no,
same way. I
because
use
of
my
him
eyes.
being Jim Barnett's driver.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That, that kind of
Yeah, show forward to the stars.
yeah, kind of tarnished what he would do for me, driving
No,
what Mr.
not to
Barnett
me.
would do
Were you
when he was
majorly
driving around.
disappointed, or
I was, I was.
That's the $6 million man. What's he
you
doing
turn in
driving
all
anybody around?
your
This
lead genes?
Do you think
Mr.
when he do you think when he drove like the car make that noise? Anytime he go fast. Man, they really got away with really simple effects back then. Pretty incredible.
Oh,
Like we sit around, how can we make this guy seem like he's like the strongest man ever? I know. Let's make him be in slow motion, but we'll put a sound effect. Yeah,
And
that's how you got to do it.
it
yeah, it
allowed us
ruled.
all to dispel belief.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
All right, Andrew, here's your number 2 team.
Number two, 1995 Seattle Mariners. Some baseball, some good
Oh,
old baseball.
I almost added a Mariners team to mine. So
Because who is the coolest baseball player of all time?
Ken
It's
Ozzie
Griffey Jr.
Smith. Oh,
you
sorry,
were
Ken
with the
Griffey
Wizard
Jr.
of Oz
Yeah,
because he did backflips.
darn right. What's cooler than that? In the outfield?
I'm talking about a guy who wore his cowboy hat. Cowboy hat. His
Cowboy.
yes, cowboy hat. Could you imagine? Yeah.
Wade
You
Boggs. He's cool.
wear your cowboy hat sideways or backwards, like this guy did.
Okay,
Yeah,
This
baseball
team,
caps. What I was trying to say.
this team went on just a great run. Did not
So
make,
the Nintendo owned the team, or had a ownership
yeah,
in the team.
Oh,
yeah,
wait. I tell you who's
Nick was
cooler.
bad.
Don Mattingly, because he's got the sweet sideburns.
I love Don Mattingly. As an adult and I can appreciate him, I love Don Mattingly. But also on this team, you got the Martinezes, you got Tino, who ended up getting shipped off to the Yankees the next year, and the greatest DH ever, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm a Red Sox fan, but the greatest DH ever, in Edgar Martinez. Also, for you Seinfeld fans out there, they got this guy named Jay Buhner that Mr. Costanza yells at George Steinbrenner about in an episode because they traded for Ken Phelps and they gave up Jay Buhner for him. And then the star pitcher is none other than the big unit himself, all 6'10", Randy Johnson.
No, man, the guy hates birds.
Oh, this team was fun to watch. And then you got a fiery manager in Lou Piniella who won a World Series with Pete Rose's Reds team because Pete Rose got kicked out. Some other guys, you got Norm Charlton,
He gambled and lost.
Andy Bettis, Tim Belcher, Bobby Ayala, and the now Seattle Mariners manager was their catcher back then in Dan Wilson. And the only Cora that I actually like is Joey. Please fire Alex Cora, Boston.
Do you
Please
think?
fire Alex Cora?
Do you think that Fabio ever wrote Randy Johnson to say thank you?
It'd be great. He hits the bird with the ball and he goes, "That's for you, Fob.
Yeah.
I got him. I got him, Fob."
The other great Randy Johnson thing is during the All-Star game when he was throwing inside to John Kruk, and Kruk just wouldn't even get into the batter's box because Randy Johnson was just rifle him in there. But Randy Johnson was great. He was the last 300 game winner, I believe, too. I know that stat means a lot to you guys.
Sounds good.
Last
Sounds not
300
bad.
winner. Last 300 game winner, Randy Johnson.
Mr. 300, like Bernie Mac?
That was Mr. 3000.
No, I got the reference wrong.
Oh, I got the
You got to add a 0 to that.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's 3,000 hits. 5-time Cy Young Award winner, Randy Johnson. And I love the fact that he is the reason why the Yankees doesn't have World Series in 2001. But yeah,
Hmm.
95 Mariners.
Good team.
Yeah, yeah. Also, really love those baseball games. The King Griffey games. Some of my
Oh,
favorite baseball games.
yeah,
On the
he was
Super
like
Nintendo.
he was every time I think of baseball, I just think of that episode of The Simpsons.
Probably the
Oh,
most
that's the
famous
best one.
rookie card ever, right? Is that King Griffey rookie card? It's gotta be up there. It's one of the most famous rookie
It
cards.
was the one that kind of helped the big boom in
Yeah, yeah,
cards. Then all of a sudden they found out how ridiculously mass produced everything
yeah.
was.
Yeah, everything in the 90s. Worthless. So, one thing from the 90s that wasn't worthless was the 1992 Buffalo Bills, my number one team.
Wow, 92?
Brought this up again. We talked about them earlier. They're my favorite team because I was too young for the 90 and the 91
Okay.
Bills. So 92 was like the first team I really kind of remember for this awesome Bills team. And like I'm looking through and it just stacked. Like you got you got Cornelius Bennett, Shane Conlon, Daryl Talley at the linebacker position. You got Henry Jones and Mark Kelso with the strong safety. Steve Christie is the kicker for the I believe it was his first year, his rookie year as
Yeah.
their kicker. Bruce Smith on defensive end. You had Phil Hansen,
I
defensive
love Phil
line.
Hansen.
Tight end of Pete Metzelaars. Yeah, he would
Pete
do
Metzler,
squats all day long.
Pete
Tons of
Metzler,
squats to get that tight end.
super, super, super outstanding guy.
You have probably the best special team specialist
Uh,
of all time in Steve Tasker. Great commentator and announcer. Wide receivers, you got James Lofton, you got Don Beebe, you got Andre Reed. Running back, you got Thurman Thomas, Kenneth Davis, and then even at quarterback, you got your starter Jim Kelly, and you can't deny that Frank Reich was awesome. You're
yeah.
welcome, Johnny. We gave you your first quarterback there in Charlotte. Um,
Do that.
but
And he
he
sucked.
yeah,
It's a
as a starter,
starter.
he was not good. He was not good. When there was literally when Frank Reich got shipped to Carolina, there was actually like a lot of Buffalo Bills fans that were like, "Well, I'm going Carolina all the way," and that lasted maybe a season, and they're like, "Oh, they suck."
Yeah.
And I think Frank was benched pretty quickly after
What's
he
his
got that
What's his last name?
Right.
Reich, Reich.
No, good thing it's not three of them. There'd be a third,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it'd be pretty bad. But they went. Let's see. Surprisingly, they were 11-5 on the season, which wasn't even enough to win their division. They were
Dolphins
second in
won.
their division, to I think it was your favorite team.
The Miami Dolphins. It's the last time we
Yeah,
made the AFC Championship game was
yeah,
92.
which I'm going to talk about because as I
Yeah.
grew up,
Yeah.
so obviously we
I'm
talked
gonna
about the
mute you guys
wild
right
card
now.
win against the Oilers with the greatest comeback at that time in NFL history. They beat the Steelers in the divisional round, which I remember watching at a good friend of mine at his house. And his mom was a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so she actually made me leave. And she was the nicest woman ever, but she's like, "You need to leave. I'm very upset with you right now because I was rooting for the Bills."
That's how you do it.
So I go, "All right, I will leave, Mrs. Lucor." So I left.
I used to, when the Dolphins did actually beat the Bills, sometimes I would be looked down upon
Yeah.
in my,
But this time the Bills beat the Dolphins, and I
yeah.
remember I had like a little pegboard in my room growing up, and there was for the longest time there was that picture of Kenneth Davis just running away from the Miami Dolphins players to win the AFC Championship game. They won quite handily, Andrew. It was 29-10. No
Yeah,
problem.
Tom Olivadotti. Tom
Yeah.
Olivadotti. Get out of the nickel defense. The running. All right, Tom Olivadotti. To this day, I still yell this. Tom Olivadotti, defensive coordinator, Miami Dolphins. Get out of the nickel. Play the base. Let Jim Kelly try and beat you. Don't let Thurman Thomas. You're not the 90 Giants. You're not the 90 Giants, Tom Olivadotti. Our defense was not that good. Okay. Got to get that out.
Unfortunately, that's where their luck ran out because they ran into the brick shit house of the Dallas Cowboys in
Yeah.
Super Bowl 27, and they got crushed 52-17. I think Kelly got hurt again. Reich
Yeah.
had to go in. But the reason, not only is it because it's the first Bills team I remember, but this team is also responsible for my favorite play in sports history, which happened during the Super Bowl when the Bills are just getting their absolute ass kicked, getting destroyed. and there is, I believe it was a fumble, and big fat ass Leon Lett
Yeah,
picks the ball up and he starts rumbling and tumbling like a clumsy hippopotamus toward the end zone,
oh,
and he is just gloating before he even gets, he's like at the 10-yard line, and he starts celebrating and gloating, and Don Beebe, which was known as like the fastest guy in the league, he's just sprinting down the field because his pride will not let this stand. Even though the game is over, they're not going to win, he sprints down and he swats the ball away from Leon Lett at like the 2-yard line. And then the ball rolled like through the end zone. So it was like I think it was like a touchback.
yeah.
So like, and then Leon Lett just crumples and he realizes he just made a fool of himself. It's my favorite play in sports history. In the documentary, the Four Falls of Buffalo is a beautiful little segment of the one episode where they talk to Don Beebe, and he says that he gets letters regularly where coaches use that play in his example about never giving up, giving it your all, and just like it's just an awesome play. It's just fantastic. So that's why 92 Bills number one.
Leon Lett is that guy that was
He was a he was a shit talker too.
he was also a pretty damn good player, but he was always making stupid mistakes. Like
Wasn't he the wasn't that
92
the
Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving? Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
where they blocked the field goal and all they had to do was don't touch the ball. Just don't touch the ball. You won the game. Leon Lett was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna get this ball and I'm gonna score." And he touches it, and
He kicks it into the end zone,
yeah, and the
and then
Dolphins
the
get it
Dolphins
back.
fall on it, and I think they won the game.
Yes,
Yeah.
93 Thanksgiving game. It snowed in Dallas that day.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the Bills choked just like I did right there,
Yep.
in every single Super Bowl, unfortunately. But 92 Bills, loved them. 92 to 93 season.
90 Bills almost made my list. 90 it probably would have been no, it would have been 90 Bills.
Yeah. Damn Jeff Hostetler.
Well, I think it's time for my favorite team of all time. And of course, it's basketball. I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like it's not. But the year, fellas, is 1996. And a certain little team known as the George Hildebrand Eagles make the playoffs. And it's pretty impressive considering at their young core, you had uh, the power forward Jody, who was the coach's son, and you had the point guard Will, oddly enough, named Will, and you had the start your center, a certain 13-year-old Johnny Townsend coming sitting there, and as what a core trio we were, and everybody hated Will but me, and because I was the only one he would ever pass the ball to. Don't know why, but it was the truth.
You were
And he was
playing
our
it
point guard.
right. Get that ball to the center, inside game.
Well, it's
Yeah.
also because I would actually set screens. Uh, one of my favorite things to do playing basketball, setting screens. It was really fun, and passing. So that's why people like playing with me.
I think
And
when a guy sets a screen in basketball, it's fake.
today it seems
Totally
like it.
fake. Yeah. Yeah. It's totally fake.
Seems like it today because they don't even really touch the guy. They just kind of you
Uh,
ain't wrong. They don't set him like they used to. That's for sure.
no.
They didn't set him like they did the Georgia Hildebrand Eagles, like I would do. I set a good strong screen, and my point guard would get wide open. But yeah, we actually made the playoffs. First time that had ever happened for that team, and we didn't win, but we got pretty far. I was pretty proud of myself. At one point, I had what was the little record I had? Most points in because we played halves. You played two halves. I think I had most points in one half, something like that, coming off the bench ever for a little bit there. Because I scored 15 points and a half, and that was the most for them.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I was pretty proud of that. But yeah, so that's the team that really my friends convinced me to join with them because they were going to join the team. Like, hey, you should play with us because we always would play up at the Georgia Hildebrand school outside on the blacktop. They'd be like, hey, let's go join the team. And it was hard to get on this team, guys. You had to pay like $10
Ooh.
That's
to,
high spending back then.
yeah, to make this team. You had to pay them to let you play, and and I had to wear number 34. So
Charles
one of
Walter
Barkley,
the
Payton.
yeah, one of the famous
the
34s. I'm one of those.
round mound of rebound.
Yeah, which that's kind of how I played a little bit. Wasn't too mad about that. Yeah, that's one of my literally was my all-time favorite team because I actually got to play organized basketball for the first time ever. I'd
Oh,
always been playing on the Blacktops before that.
we had our team disbanded because our coach was a crackhead.
That'll do it.
He just stopped
Our
showing.
coach,
He just
our
stopped showing
coach,
up to the game. This is the true story.
I believe you. I didn't think you were lying. Our coach would get mad at his son, and his punishment to his son would be he would take me to the side when we were during practice and be like, I need you to teach him a lesson. Just run. I'm going to give you the ball. Just drive it right into him. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you missed a shot. Just go as hard as you can. Because I was a big fella, okay, in case you guys didn't know. And so I would do that. I was the stick to beat his son with.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it.
So I would do that sort of stuff. Pretty proud of those days.
I
Fun
miss,
team.
I miss good organized sports where all you had to do was pay $10. I'm not going to tell you. It's ridiculous nowadays what you got to pay for a travel team.
Oh yeah, I couldn't even imagine.
You
Oh,
can
it's yeah.
it. I hated when my daughter played travel
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine.
because it's just ridiculously. I think it's a giant racket, and I've
Yeah.
actually thought about if I was a horrible person, just starting my own travel team for any sport, and just you don't teach kids fundamentals, you don't teach them anything.
Yeah.
They just show up, they play games, and then you charge them thousands of dollars. You charge these parents thousands of dollars
Yeah.
for these kids to play,
Yeah.
and they
I got charged $10 and I automatically made the team.
see that's all you need.
And we
Yeah.
just played other local rec teams from the other elementary schools.
That's what we did. We played
Yeah.
other we were Niagara Falls has the police athletic league, and you just played other kids there at the
Yeah.
YMCA. And then, but like I said, unfortunately, our coach was a crackhead, and he just no-showed games, and we had to have a talk. We got called into the to the other gym area, and the guy was like, "Hey, listen, your coach has a drug problem." And I asked my brother, I was like, what does he mean?" And he was like, "He's a crackhead." Very blunt family I have, so
My honorable mention would be Trevor and Derek's homeschool team, who tried to get me to play for them. They tried to kind of win the rules, but it obviously wasn't allowed because when I'd go to all their practices, because they're basically my brothers, and I was by far probably, and I'm usually fairly humble, I like to think, but I was by far the best player there. And in fact, one of my favorite memories is I went to one of their games, and I will not say his name because I was good friends with this guy, and I still like him to this day. But when you're like 13, you're just kind of really kind of figuring your body out. This guy was by far the fastest and probably one of the strongest guys on any of the teams he was playing, right? But his problem was he had zero control. So
oh,
I in one game I saw him have at least 4 to 5 women fast breaks where he'd steal the ball and go flying down the other end of the court and go do a layup, and the ball would just sling 50 feet back. It seemed like just like
No touch, huh?
not at all whatsoever. But the guy was quick. Couldn't take that away from him.
I was kind of hoping, Andrew, your story would have a Hoosiers type of solution there where your
Yeah,
coach put
yeah,
things together.
no, by the
yeah.
time my dad ended up coaching the team, and by that time I was like, nah, I don't want. By that time we were already like the season was already over, and I moved on
Or
to
the
other
coach comes
stuff.
back, it's like, no, you don't understand. The crack makes me a better coach.
What made it really great though is the guy that ran the basketball police athletic league that had to tell us that was his brother that was the crackhead. So
Oh
he
man.
you look really kind of like pissed off.
Well,
Yeah.
he should be. Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now heard of the Dare program?
Yeah, no.
That's why I didn't do drugs. Thanks, Dare.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Keep me
yeah.
clean.
Yeah. It's good to know Dare works for some people.
Yeah, worked for
My
me.
friend got a DWI from our former Dare officer.
You didn't listen.
Yeah.
No.
All right, Andrew.
What do you got for number one?
Number one, easy for me all day long. 2004 Boston Red Sox.
Oh yeah, it's an easy one.
This is the best team I've ever seen where it was
The bloody
just
sock.
bloody sock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of guys I felt, even though they were pissing me off when they were down 3-0 to the Yankees, but they were just having fun. It just seemed like every game they played, I mean, there were so many stressful points, but it just seemed like they were always having fun. David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, Kevin Millar. I mean, Kevin Millar has the great quote before, game 4 where he's like, "Don't let us win tonight. Don't let us win tonight because we're going to take the series." And they ended up taking the series, sweeping the Cardinals in the World Series. Doug Mankiewicz makes the final out, but just all-time favorite team. Pedro Martinez is my all-time favorite pitcher. It's probably the reason why I actually like my daughter's boyfriend because his name is Pedro, so he gets a pass because he has the same name as my favorite pitcher. I almost
But did
named.
but did you vote for him?
I would vote for this team.
I was trying to think of a great Napoleon Dynamite reference as well.
I almost named my youngest son. I pitched it and I got turned down because I love Kurt Schilling too. I wanted to name him Shill, and I was told no, definitely not.
Yeah, it's got other,
I hate to say, I think your wife made a right choice there.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so pissed off. But also R.I.P. Tim Wakefield, probably one of the last great knuckleballers ever as well. But this team just I love this team so much that my kids literally hate this team because this is what I probably talk about the most is the 2004 Boston Red Sox. Whenever they're down and they're like, "Oh, I can't do this." I'm like, "You know what? 2004 Boston Red Sox didn't say that." The two teams they hate the most are the 72 Dolphins and the 2004 Boston Red Sox because whenever they're feeling down and they're like, "I can't do it," I'm like 2004 Boston Red Sox, and when they lose, I always go, "Well, not every team could be the 72 Dolphins." So those are the two teams they hate the most. But the 2004 they hate it because I make them watch. I made them watch pretty much every documentary there is that came out about the 2004 Boston Red Sox.
Made me watch one of them.
Yeah, because it's an amazing team.
It was a great documentary too.
It's amazing. There's a new one on Netflix or on I think it's Netflix or ESPN Plus that I got to check out. But they're just the personalities are just 100%.
Yeah.
I love a team and players when you watch them. I understand it's a profession, it's their career, but I love the guys and the teams that just look like they're out there having fun. Like they're
Yeah.
5 years old again and they're just
Yeah.
having fun. I mean, aside from Brett Favre's little thing, that's why one of the reasons why Brett Favre's
Well,
one of
I don't know
my
if it was little. I
favorite.
never saw the picture.
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons why Brett Favre is one of my favorite players of all time because he just was out there having fun. And I
Yeah.
think that's what a lot of people get
But
lost in sports too.
I also like Kurt Schilling, but I couldn't remember why was his foot bleeding. I didn't remember why.
He
What had happened?
tore a ligament or something in his foot. So what they had to do was on the training table, they did like a small surgery where they sewed it to the inside
Yeah,
of his
yeah, yeah,
foot.
yeah.
And then that's why it was bleeding. And a lot of people say that it's not blood. A lot of people said it was paint. Some people said it was ketchup. Schilling says it's blood. I do believe they did like a test on it because the sock is in the Hall of Fame. And they said it's blood. I mean,
But whose
Yeah, the
blood
people who
was
say
it?
the people who say
for Schilling's, of
yeah,
course.
oh,
Oh,
that's it'd be a big twist if it was somebody else's.
It's
I thought
Paul
it was gonna
Pierce.
be.
You know
I
whose
thought it was
blood
gonna
it was,
be. It
Johnny?
was
It's Paul
Nicole
Pierce when he
Kidman.
got stabbed.
No, I thought it was
Oh
Nicole
yeah,
Kidman's, or not Nicole
yeah.
Kidman's. Nicole Simpson's.
Oh, Nicole says,
Nicole
oh,
Kidman. What?
oh, I thought I was bad with the Paul Pierce one. Jeez.
When Paul Pierce went to the club,
No,
which that
it
shocks
was.
me. Andrew didn't name a single Boston Celtics team. Kind of shocked me a little
No,
bit.
I know, I
That's
know.
because by the time I really, really got into basketball,
No, they weren't good anymore.
they weren't.
Yeah,
They were
Yeah,
just. What am I going to say? The Rick
yeah. We
Pitino
kind of came in
years.
after Bird was already done. Yeah,
Yeah, like I started probably really getting into basketball in the probably 90s. So by that time,
on his
Bird,
downslope. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he's shot. I mean, he's laying. My memories of Bird is he comes in, he plays like a good like 10, 15 minutes or so, and then all
and
of
then
a
lays on
sudden,
the floor.
then he lays on the floor,
Yeah,
and then that's my
so
memories
sad.
of Bird.
Legend, goat,
Yeah,
real true goat
Yeah.
right there.
Kevin McHale is more the memory, and then +2 when he was on Cheers. Still my favorite Cheers episode because.
Oh, I thought it was when he was the coach of the Houston Rockets.
No, or when you try to circumvent the salary cap on the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, I mean that's what's up. Joe Smith.
But that is it for this episode. 15.
Yeah, make sure. What are your 5 favorite teams? Go to our Facebook group that Andrew does a phenomenal job of keeping up there. Nostalgia Funhouse on Facebook. Join us there. It's a growing community. Tell us who your 5 favorite sports teams ever were. Also, go check out the little podcast called Foot Clan Follies. It's an actual Ninja Turtles podcast hosted by 2 and more, the whole cast of actual members of the Foot Clan. Go check that out. Andrew got a little shout out last time. And Andrew, there's a YouTube channel, is there not?
Yes, if you want to see the video version of this, where Will, I've always noticed, sits there like Dennis when it's making of a murder on the Always Sunny film. The episode, I just always notice this like blank stare every time we do the end of it. Go check out that as well. There's some YouTube shorts.
I hope I don't change. Now that I'm aware of it, I hope I don't change.
But go check that out. What may not be nostalgia for you, may be nostalgia for some.
His back, Teague is out. Robert Smith is back for Minnesota. And he is throwing it back to Cunningham, the old flea picker. And open is Randy Moss, and in the end zone is a Minnesota touchdown.
Yep, you know they were going to do it. The fans knew they were going to do it. The Dallas Cowboys knew they were going to do it. You knew they were going to do it early, where Randall Cunningham just gets that ball and he just chucks it deep to Randy Moss. That was off a flea flicker on the right side. Kevin Smith was a defender. He takes a little bite. Here's Kevin Smith here, and you're going to see him take a little bite there. He looks back. He sees the pitch, and by now it's too late.
Too late.
Because Randy Moss, with Deion Sanders out, could be the fastest player in the NFL.
Cunningham changing something.
Palmer gives a lot of big plays to this Viking team.
Here's Cunningham back to throw it and going deep, and he's got Moss, and there's a flag on the play, and Moss has caught the pass and is in the end zone anyway. Touchdown. Just throw it as far as you can.
This guy is amazing. Randy Moss is amazing. Randall Cunningham is amazing. That Randall Cunningham was telling us last week that Moss just tells him, hey, dog, just chunk it in the end zone. And he said he always tells him, just chunk it in the end zone. And that's exactly what he does.
6 defense. That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
That was Kevin Smith. They went to work on Kevin Smith, and he was in there. He got a penalty, and Randy Moss still caught it.
The Vikings have 29 touchdown drives, if you can call them drives, this year of 3 minutes or less.
I mean, this guy is just fun to watch, and Kevin Smith knows that he's in a foot race there, and he can't win it. So he grabbed Randy Moss. I mean, that was the only thing that he could do.
The Cowboys showing blitz. Minnesota hits Randy Moss, breaks a tackle, and Randy Moss races down the sideline, and Randy Moss just outruns everybody into the end zone. He is incredible. I think he might be enjoying some turkey.
Yeah, he better like a turkey leg. I'll tell you, it's just a short pass out there. Charlie Williams is there, and he misses a tackle. Here's Randy Moss. Here's Charlie Williams. And you're going to see it's just a little 3-yard go. Charlie Williams is there. He makes a poor tackle or no tackle. And then when Randy Moss gets here, he just outruns everyone. I mean, he is fun to watch.
Phillips had the angle. He had everything.
You know, angles and all those things don't mean anything against speed.